Now today we're gonna make this simple cooking stove, so stay with me. As for our shopping list, we're gonna need some type of a metal container that has a lid. We're gonna need some type of a pan or a pot to melt our wax with. I've got some pine cones here to also add into the mix. We're gonna need a couple pieces of wood or a couple rocks to use as a platform to put our stove between so that we can put our pot on top of this. We're gonna need some type of wax. I've been using this brand for a very long time. Now I've also added petroleum jelly to this already, and so that's gonna help extend the burn time. We're gonna need some type of a drill. Now we're gonna need a consistent flame, so a lighter is gonna be appropriate for this. We're gonna need some type of wood. I have 2 pieces of dried wood here, cedar and some fat wood. I've got a piece of green wood right here to show you the difference in the shavings between the wet wood and the dry wood. And most importantly, you're gonna need some type of a pencil sharpener to make this go quickly. So first thing we need to do is go ahead and take a piece of wood. I'm gonna start with the cedar here and insert that into the drill. Now with the dry wood, these pieces tend to crumble into small little shavings. Since this is dry, these will easily can be smashed into tiny little bits and pieces. All right, I'm gonna add a little bit of fat wood in here to extend that burn time. And I also like to crumble this up a little bit as well. If you choose to use wet wood, and with this, it's gonna be a lot harder to crumble. You'll notice that it really doesn't want to. And it's also very wet feeling, like it's got moisture in it. So I would stay away from this. So next thing I need to do is go ahead and heat up this wax. I am gonna need an external stove or some way to heat up this pan. All right, once that's been melted down, you gotta work fast because that's gonna harden up pretty quick. So what I'm gonna do is dump out about half of that. I'll break this pine cone up into a couple little pieces too. Add that in there. And once we got that mixed up a little bit in there, I'm gonna go ahead and add some of this wax mixture. We're gonna add a little bit more into that layer. Pour a little bit more mixture in there now. Make sure everything gets coated in the wax. Now we're gonna take a couple minutes and let this set up. Now once that wax sets up and hardens, I can go ahead and add the lid. And from here, I can toss this in a backpack or I can toss it in a vehicle for an emergency situation. When it comes time to use it, all I need to do is remove the lid, grab my lighter. Now once that gets established, I can go ahead and bring in a couple pieces of wood. Again, I could use a rock here instead and just bring my cooking pan or pot here. I can begin to cook on top of this. And if I get done, all I gotta do is snuff out that oxygen by putting a lid on it. And now it's ready to go again the next time.